Donald Trump just posted one of the most disgusting and blatantly racist things I've ever seen. And when Donald Trump is the topic of conversation, that's saying something because he has a strong tendency to be racist or to discriminate based off of skin color, or at least at a bare minimum, use dog whistles on social media, at his rallies, at his speeches, whatever it might be. And what he posted on social media today is no exception to the rule. So this is what Donald Trump posted on Twitter. It came from the official Donald J. Trump Twitter account, and it is a campaign ad. It says, "Meet your new neighbors if Kamala wins." And at the bottom, it says, "Vote Trump 2024." And in the background of the photo, you can see a bunch of men who appear to be of Middle Eastern descent, or at least they are people of color, and they're burning an American flag. Now, this is the kind of racism that Donald Trump has subscribed to in recent years. He's not coming out and just blatantly saying how he feels explicitly. He's not saying, oh, this person from this region of the world is bad, or this person of this race is bad. But instead, he's just doing it very subtly. Because in this photo, he's making it out to seem like all these people of color are bad people, that you should be scared, that all these people are going to move into your neighborhoods and make you feel scared and terrorize you and whatnot. That's what Donald Trump is saying here. Not a single person in that photo is white. Donald Trump has never posted something like this and said that, oh, these straight white guys are going to come into your neighborhood and terrorize you. He's never said anything like that because he is a racist. He believes that people who look like this, or people who come from different countries, maybe they speak a different language, maybe they love different, maybe they pray different, are bad for America, which is the contrary to every piece of morality, fact, study, logic that we have in the United States. We love immigrants here. Immigrants make America better. They don't take us back. People who take us back are people like Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans who halt America's growth. They don't encourage America's growth. And doing stuff like this is part of that hurting the United States. Donald Trump is trying to take us back. This is like that 9/11 kind of era racism we saw toward Muslim Americans, or just Muslims abroad, around the world. People like Donald Trump and Republicans and just bad people overall would target them saying, oh, they're this or that. And this is no different. This is no different. We know what he's saying here. We don't have to guess. We don't have to pretend like he's not. There's not a subtle message behind this ad that Donald Trump put out today. We know exactly what he's saying. And he's also been very explicit about this in recent years when it comes to immigrants. Immigrants of different origins, of different backgrounds, of different countries. He said that they're poisoning the blood of the country, or that they're making America worse, or that they're stealing jobs. These lies continue to be circulated by Donald Trump and the Republican Party, and it does nothing for America but hurt people in this country. Hurt American citizens, hurt lawful immigrants. That's all it is. And, Donald Trump's internal polling must just be devastating for him to resort to stuff like this, because he's now in this panic where he's just putting out anything, throwing it at the wall and hoping that it sticks. But the American people are so much better than him. The American people are so much better than Donald Trump and his racism. And he's even trying it now toward the vice president of the United States, the current Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris. Recently, he has suggested that she's not black, that she, quote, turned black. And Kamala Harris actually had an amazing response to this attack from Donald Trump in her recent CNN interview. You've probably seen it by now, but the response is just so fantastic. I want to show you again. Just take a look.
He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any?
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's how it's done. Really amazing response from the vice president, because it is an old and tired playbook. Donald Trump, since he ran in 2016, have been making these subtle racist attacks to different group of people, and now he's just doing it very blatantly to Kamala Harris, saying that she's not black, or she's not this, or she's not that. And what Kamala Harris is doing right here is not giving Donald Trump the attention he so desires, because that's what Donald Trump thrives off of. When the media is constantly focusing on him, kind of giving him a pass in some ways, especially networks like Fox News, he loves it. But instead of engaging with Donald Trump's disgusting rhetoric and his conspiracy theories, Kamala Harris very maturely did not give the toddler the attention that he so desires. That's an amazing response from Vice President Kamala Harris. And the last thing I want to show you in connection with this story is not only Donald Trump's racism, but his campaign as a whole. His campaign also is not hiding it. Here's an article on your screen from Raw Story. And the headline says, cannot be a coincidence. Trump called out for a new, very disturbing racist dog whistle. Donald Trump is being accused of a racist dog whistle associated with his recent rallies. Trump's choice of venue at his rallies in this presidential election cycle has been of particular interest to critics and observers who say the former president is intentionally choosing locations for their racist histories. Now, a lot of Republicans will see this and kind of brush it off and say, oh, please, come on. But the evidence is overwhelming. Just take a look at this. Specifically, some of Trump's rallies have been scheduled at sundown towns. A sundown town is, quote, a town that excluded non-white people, most frequently African Americans, from remaining in town after sunset, according to Britannica. Singer Bill Madden flagged a video in which a TikTok user said he had noticed a troubling pattern of Trump hosting rallies in sundown towns such as Howell, Michigan, in recent weeks. In response to the video, Madden said, quote, this gentleman has noticed something very disturbing. Trump has been holding his hate rallies in sundown towns. This led journalist Jim Stewartson saying, quote, he is absolutely correct. Donald Trump's campaign is intentionally visiting sundown towns which violated federal law to be, quote, whites only. Opinion columnist Will Bunch said, this is remarkable. Trump's visits to sundown towns and cannot be a coincidence. Hat tip to Madden and the dude who posted it who figured it out. A former federal prosecutor, Joyce Vance, also appeared to notice a trend separately addressing the issue on Twitter. Quote, interesting notice recently that Trump is holding his rallies in sundown towns. She said Sunday, this caught my interest when he chose Cullman, Alabama, my mother-in-law's hometown, as one of his 2021 stops for his campaign. She then continued, could it be a coincidence that that is bringing Trump to these places? Anything is possible, but Coleman, for instance, is out of the way. Any number of places in Alabama would have been more suitable. Vance then added, sometimes a dog whistle actually works and is loudly spoken. Wow. Isn't that something? Remarkable. So first of all, amazing work by all those journalists who have noticed that. And there is a really concerning pattern there with Donald Trump having rallies stretching back to his 2020 campaign in certain towns and certain states that have this really dark and disgusting history when it comes to racism and their treatment of people of color. And now fast forward to now, and Donald Trump is attacking Vice President Kamala Harris for being black. He's attacking immigrants for coming from different countries. And now, with this new ad that he put out on his Twitter account today, he's very obviously attacking people of Middle Eastern descent. And making, saying that it's a bad thing that folks are coming into the country, that immigrants are thriving in the United States, and that, people of this region of the world are going to come terrorize you. I mean, it is so blatantly racist. It's so blatantly disgusting. And the Republicans will continue to ignore it. They will pretend that Donald Trump's racism does not exist and that he's this or he's that, and they'll try to come up with any justification possible, but we see it. We see it in the news stories. We see it in where he's holding his rallies. We see it in the things he says, does, and posts. That is who Donald Trump is. That's what his campaign is all about. And this is just yet another reason as to why Donald Trump should be disqualified from being president of the United States. And I believe the American people will show that at the ballot box this November and disqualify him by voting. So I just wanted to bring this incredibly disgusting thing that Donald Trump posted today to your attention. It's really, really abhorrent, kind of stomach churning almost. But that's the Trump campaign, ladies and gents. So anyway, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.